thanks to a change in immigration policy by the Obama administration, there are thousands of same-sex married couples now that have the hopes of staying together within the United States. But for one couple in San Francisco, their case is now deliberately in limbo. The reason why is ultimately tied up in the ongoing national fight for marriage equality. Anthony Makk and Bradford Wells join me now to talk more about the situation that they are facing. Gentlemen, it's good to have you on today. I think a lot of people who watch this hour will probably know that we had another couple on this show, Josh Vanderveer and Henry Valandia, who've gone through a very similar experience in terms of fighting the Defense of Marriage Act. We were very proud to have them back on after a judge dismissed the fact that that case was going to be investigated any further after June the 13th, meaning that Henry could stay in this country. But you're taking a bit of a different approach here, so tell us about that. Anthony, let's start with you.
Okay, we have actually applied for a green card or immigration status for myself, which was denied due to the Defense of Marriage Act. We're now currently, I was due to leave. I was given a 30-day notice and to leave by the 25th of August. On the 24th of August, we did lodge an appeal to put my application aside until the Defense of Marriage Act has been settled. And that's where we're at this stage.
Brad, I understand that you wrote a letter personally to President Obama. What were you trying to get his attention with in that letter?
I wrote a letter to my president to ask him to please set aside my application and not my appeal and not process it. There's precedence for this. The government has done this before for people, and I'm asking that what the president do is not act on our appeal until after the Defense of Marriage Act is settled. It's already been declared unconstitutional. It's unfair, and every time it's gone to court already, it's been called unconstitutional. I am asking the president for the benefit of the constitutional doubt in this case. I would like him to just wait and not give us an automatic rejection. I'm trying to keep my family from going into a deportation order. And
you make a great point there. On February 23rd, Attorney General Eric Holder announced that he and President Barack Obama had determined that the federal definition of the Defense of Marriage Act was unconstitutional. Anthony, this is really a serious issue for both of you, especially in terms of personal health. Can you tell us all why?
Because Brad has advanced HIV and AIDS, so his medical support is here in this country, and he needs to be here with his doctors, and so it just makes it logical that we stay here, and he needs to be here.
And as his spouse, you're also his primary caregiver, correct?
That's correct.
Brad, what kind of example are you hoping that your story is going to set in terms of moving this issue forward for other binational same-sex couples in this country?
The Defense of Marriage Act does not benefit one person in this country. There's not one person who receives any benefit from it whatsoever. Yet it harms all the people it touches. Everyone touched by this act is harmed. Their families are hurt as well. My family's devastated that Anthony could potentially be removed from the country.
And there are thousands of gay and lesbian couples in this country that are here legally. They do the right thing, and it's just fair that they be allowed to immigrate. And someone needs to stand up. I'm still in a position where I can stand up and speak for myself, us, as well as the others. And just to put the applications aside until the Defense of Marriage Act is settled, either way, and I'm sure that it will be repealed, and the Defense of Marriage Act will just go away at some point.
You're on our radar now. We're going to continue to follow your story. We appreciate it. Bradford Wells and Anthony Makk, again, thanks so much. And to our viewers, we're going to be back with much more right here on MSNBC. Don't go anywhere.